Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk with Hardball Unlimited. I'm Chris.
I'm Josh.
Chad.
Today, we're going to jump into some local high school sports, and then it's going to be mostly dominated by some wild card weekend football talk, and then our picks for this coming weekend. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. Josh did all the research this week on local high school basketball, so here we go.
Lucas beat Mansfield Christian 71-66. Aiden Kohler with 26 points. Big win for Lucas. I actually watched the Crestview Madison game. That was a really good game.
Yeah, 66-65, I think is what it finished.
Ringler hits a three-pointer with just seconds left to go up one. And Justice Thompson, I can't remember what he lead them, I think, with 21 points. 21 points to lead the Cougars on their 13th straight win, which ties the school record.
Yeah, I forgot. They play somebody coming up to break that record. I can't remember who it is, though.
Can they make a run?
Listen, in all honesty, that was the first game I watched. I tried to read up on but that was the first game.
I just mean like when they go further and further and see bigger and bigger teams, because they're not huge.
No, they're not huge. But
so is size going to be a problem for them in the tournament?
It could be. I mean, right now, if I'm ranking Richland County teams, I probably got them 1. Lexington got their first loss. So I'm probably got Crestview 1.
Right.
They pass really well. They move up the court a lot. But, yeah, size will end up. But, listen, I tell you what, Justice Thompson, I think he's a sophomore. That dude's got a bright future.
Here's the issue.
Shout out, Normie.
Here's the issue, though. Like, the issue is, Crestview, there's a lot of really, really good basketball schools that we, like when I was in school, we played, Garfield Heights.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And they're just a total, Crestview's really good. They're nothing compared to what they are.
Right, that's why I asked about can they without size?
Right,
can they make a tournament run?
Listen, it's a good question. Well, I think we're going to see because I think they got a shot at least to get through a couple rounds.
Right, because I mean it's happened, right? The Shelby girls made a run.
Maplethorpe girls made a bunch of runs.
Yeah,
Clear Fork.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be always rooting for the local teams. South Central got a conference win against Plymouth, the boys. Clear Fork beat Highland. And like I said, St. Mary's Memorial gives Lexington their first loss of the season, 49-46. It was last Monday night.
It's a low-scoring game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Also, Crestline beat Ridgedale 41-38. That puts Crestline on a 3-game winning streak. They're starting to roll right now. As far as girls, Mansfield Senior with a fourth quarter surge beat Lexington 51-45. Mansfield Senior Mansfield Senior forced 20 turnovers in that game and scored 31 points on those turnovers. It's hard to win a game.
Yeah,
when you're turning the ball over.
That's rough right there.
Danville also beat Fredericktown in the girls, and shout out to the Trojans as they won a conference game beating Plymouth.
I can't confirm, but I also believe Danville got another win last night. One of my coworkers was there. I believe they won again last night as well.
That's not true. The girls beat Mapleton too, so they went back-to-back conference games.
Nice.
There we go. Anything else in high school sports?
Scott Valentine.
Yeah, I was going to do that some football news.
Resigned as the head football coach at Madison after going 1-9 with the one win in Week 8, a 35-0 win over Mount Vernon. Right as the Ashland job comes opens, he left to watch his kids play and coached. I mean, wide receiver coach, I believe, at AU. And I think he just wanted to get back into coaching. Didn't expect the Ashland coach to.
Oh, I see. This is where
he's going to get the job.
Yeah, I think this is in the works.
It could be
because they basically told the Ashland coach, "We're not going to renew your contract," forced him to resign. So if you know you don't want somebody, you usually have somebody waiting, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
So I think this was in the works. They knew they wanted him back.
And listen, double-edged sword. I mean, I'm sure you can look at it as he's leaving somebody hanging, and then you're looking, hey, he's going back home. So it's
I did see Madison's AD came out and made some rough comments on him. He gave you a year for. Unfortunately, what is a bad football team,
right?
And he's an opportunity to go to a better spot and go back home. Like, you can't blame a guy for leading that.
Well, let's not get it twisted. Madison's not a great football.
Yeah,
school.
there's not.
It's not.
No, but listen, I mean, everything Scott Valentine has touched has turned to gold with Ontario, Ashland. I think he's Ashland's all-time winningest coach over there. So I'm sure he was hired with the thought of getting that program turned around.
It's been a long time.
It has been.
I mean, but they did have good seasons under this coach as well.
Mm-hmm.
The previous head coach isn't renewed. They had good seasons. I just think they knew what Valentine was and they're comfortable. It was comfortable.
Right. It's a good hire. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm looking for a head coach,
I
definitely reach out.
I really only thought there was probably 2 or 3 in the area that could have got the job. Like, I thought Haverdo was probably a high likely rate, like coming off 2 great seasons. That's a step up in your career, going to a bigger school, and then maybe Mahaney at Shelby. But he's got that Shelby rolling right now, so I don't know if that was. But like Valentine, I think it's I'm interested. I don't know. Once you get to a certain point in sports, what you like to do and what you've done kind of falls by the wayside. I hope they're not going too comfortable in, like, I hope he still has the magic. Everything he touches turns to gold. I don't know.
Yep.
They've been out of the head coaching position, coached 1 year, didn't have a great year. I just hope it works out for him.
Well, he's going to have a lot more talent.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, he's more talent there at Ashland, but I hope he can turn that program back to gold as well. Yeah. Anything else around there you saw in sports?
No.
How many days out are we from mandatories?
What, February 20th?
Today's the 18th, so like 32 days.
Getting there.
Woo! Let's go to work.
Yep.
It's time to go to work. Soon enough, we'll be super excited to be talking softball and baseball. That's for sure. We already talked baseball, but do it some more.
Yeah.
We can talk college softball.
Oh yeah, all day.
Speaking of, the top 25 came out.
I did. You showed me that yesterday. Oklahoma obviously number 1 again,
Obviously,
right?
number 1. Yep.
UCL.
No one's beating them.
UCLA at 2.
Yeah. Texas 14. They were unranked, of course, making it to the College World Series. Undermatched. I mean, they were.
Florida was 5, right?
Yeah.
I like Florida's chances better than Texas's to get back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And UCLA, I kind of root for, like, Oklahoma's just a factory.
Oklahoma 1, UCLA is 2, Oklahoma State 3, Florida State 4, Florida 5, Alabama 6. Big Ten team making it in the top 10, Northwestern at number 7, Arkansas 8, Clemson 9, and Georgia rounds out the top 10.
I do have a question for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Where are your Wolverines at?
They're not doing it. They're not doing it.
So the Buckeyes ranked 48.
Yeah.
Boom!
Michigan had to be above them, right?
I don't know if they were.
I have not seen it. I've not seen it.
I kind of root for UCLA, though. They got the girl from Keystone.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
You went to Keystone High School in LaGrange.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they're a factory anyway, high school-wise. But, I mean, just to go to UCLA, I mean, that's pretty good. And then, I mean, obviously Ohio State has the girl we faced from Norway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what she does off a torn ACL, but, I mean, she's hitting 70.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think the Big Ten this might be one of the most competitive as far as multiple teams that we've seen in quite a while.
For the Big Ten so far.
Michigan, new coach. She's been with the program for a while, but new coach, and they're young.
Who's our new coach?
It was the assistant. I can't think of her name now. It was Hutchinson's assistant.
Michigan fan.
Yeah,
If he
like, how did Sierra
if he
Romero
could meet
not
one
get that
person
job?
in his life, he'd meet Hutch.
She went back. She come back and played softball unlimited. And
She just think she didn't want it?
I don't know. I don't even know if they've reached out, but she is back. She is back playing again. Like, there for a while, she was just training, doing camps, but she's back playing as far as she played last season. So.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, the Big Ten will be interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, like Kennedy K, like, she's probably the best high school player I've ever physically laid eyes on. Like, when she walked up at South Central, like, you're like, I've never seen her warm up, and like, I just heard it, and I'm like, oh boy, we're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble.
Not in trouble, but yeah, we're obviously we're really excited for softball and baseball season to get going. But first, we'll digress a little bit. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with everything that happened this wild card weekend.
Wild and crazy.
Josh, I was red hot. I didn't miss a single pick. Chad lost out on some big money this weekend. Big money chances.
Thanks, Josh Allen.
But we'll get into that here in a few minutes or a few seconds for you, and we'll be right back.
Thanks Buffalo.
All right, and we are back. It's time to jump into some wild card weekend talk. First game we had up on the weekend, we had the Seahawks playing the 49ers. 49ers just walked away with that one.
They looked pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm telling you, that guy is legit.
Listen, I'm buying in. I wasn't on the boat.
He doesn't make mistakes, and he can make every throw.
Hey, we're sitting there watching the game together.
How's he Mr. Irrelevant?
We're sitting there watching the game together, Chad. And Josh goes, man, I picked the 49ers. I'd really like them to see them lose just because of Chad.
That hurts me.
I thought it would.
Well, listen, a mad Chad is always better for viewers.
Well, listen, I'm not mad about the 49ers.
I heard Purdy wanted to be a Yankee, so.
I hate the Yankees.
That's the next podcast. So, yeah, I just thought maybe Debo's just a man, right? Like,
well, no, I said earlier, like, I think Deebo Samuel might be the best player in the NFL. Like, you give him the ball out of the backfield, he can catch screens, he's good at it around, he can play regular running back.
Yeah.
And he's just hard to bring, like, he doesn't look like a lot. And Kyle Shanahan, man, I can't say enough about the way he gets McCaffrey the ball and, like, how they manage his workload.
Well, like, when I watched that game, I watched the kind of motion they run. Like, everything's in movement. Like, no matter what, every play, they are getting somebody out of their position.
Yeah.
And giving Purdy an opportunity to play.
I think, like, not to jump ahead, but I think that's what you didn't see in the Tampa Bay game.
For sure.
Where Evans was locked up against Diggs.
And they didn't move.
And they didn't move him.
They said it on podcast.
Yeah, why are you not?
More motion.
Right, like sometimes you got Debo coming all the way around and back around, and McCaffrey's hitting. Like, and to me, like, what makes them so dangerous is, I mean, like, McCaffrey, Debo, and George Kittle are three elite weapons, and then Ayuk isn't a bum.
Yeah, that receiver's a stud too.
And Jennings, that guy can go get it too. Like they just have, and they protect Purdy. He can move. I think you're going to Super Bowl.
Any thoughts on that game, Josh?
No, like I said, I'm on the Purdy train. He's watching him, you know, and like I said, like I want to see him do it in the playoffs. So.
Well,
he's done it so far.
He looked good. He looked good.
Yeah.
Like,
there is another train that you could jump on. That's a train of a team that shouldn't be in the playoffs, but just find a way to win. The Jacksonville Jaguars come out and pull off a huge upset.
No, let's not get
football gods had their back.
No.
Yes.
Is that a Jaguars win?
Where Herbert lost?
I mean, I'm not saying that I said Justin Herbert's overrated, but I said Justin Herbert is overrated, and in the second half, he was garbage.
Okay, but the first half, Trevor Lawrence was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, and he turned it around. Like, they just flipped spots. Like, I can't say that.
Well, then you did it in the wrong. But you got to be able to convert first. Like Justin Herbert, like, man, and their play calling was terrible in the second half. Like, reminded me of the Atlanta Falcons. Like, is Matt Ryan out? Is that Matt Ryan or is that Justin Herbert?
Matt Ryan can't make a pass over 10 yards without throwing out his shoulder.
Well, listen, Justin Herbert didn't look much better.
I agree. He did not look good. I do think there's something about this team, right? This Jags team.
Well,
I think it's over now.
Yeah, they're run ends.
Yeah.
Sunday.
But, like, what they did, they shouldn't have done.
No. And, I think Trevor Lawrence, it's a step.
I think Peterson is a lot better coach than people wanted to give him credit for. He had to deal with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles.
Yeah.
He inherited a mess.
Yeah, and he turned in the playoff team.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they give him I think he needs more credit for being a good head coach.
Right. And when you think of, like, we all coach, like, there comes a point to where, like, no matter how good a coach you are, If they don't buy in, you can preach all you want.
Right.
But, like, Jacksonville obviously buys in. And, you know, they got some weapons. Like, they need some more.
Right.
Like, I think a couple defensive pieces, maybe a couple receivers, they're legitimately scary next year.
Well, yeah, because I really like ETN. I think he reminds me a lot of Christian McCaffrey, just in how explosive he can be.
His side to side is so crazy, too.
Absolutely.
Next up, a way closer game than it should have been. Josh's Buffalo Bills win by 3 against the Dolphins.
Just win.
A Skylar Thompson-led Dolphins.
Just win.
Or whatever it is.
Their playoff run ends
next week.
In Cincinnati.
I actually agree. I'm going to take the Bengals over as well, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
What do you think of the game?
Well, I mean, I don't think Buffalo played very well. But, again, all that matters is winning the playoffs. I've seen teams go on to win championships.
See, you say that, but I think Buffalo played one of their best game. This is what they've done all season.
I don't think they did.
They've done this all season. Barely win, have bad defense.
Well, listen, you turned the ball over.
That's what they do.
They couldn't get their quarterback.
Right, but listen,
that's what they do.
That allows Miami to stay in that game.
But that's what they do. That's what their quarterback does.
That's fine. You can say that's what they do, and it has been, but they still win. So what I'm saying is I have seen teams win ugly throughout the playoffs, but when it comes down to it, win.
You can't do that against Patty Mahomes.
No, you can't.
Or Joe Burrow.
But, like, maybe that is a good thing at times to play close games like that instead of blowing people out. I don't think you get anything out of blowing somebody out.
I have a theory. I have a theory that Josh Allen's just like a less cool Brett Favre.
Oh, no, he's way cooler than Brett.
No, that one Brett Favre was cool.
Way cooler.
That one Brett Favre was cool.
Way cooler than Brett Favre.
Like, I think he's just a less cool Brett Favre.
I think he's more talented than Brett Favre, but
he's not as cool.
No, he's not as cool. He's not as cool. He's not as cool.
Next up, we had another game. It's good being perfect this weekend. The Giants beat the Vikings.
I can enjoy the playoffs. No Packers,
the Giants,
no Vikings.
The Giants are the most confusing team in the world.
Thank you, Gina.
I do not understand why they are good.
Well, I think Daniel Jones is better than people think.
But why are they good enough to win playoff games? Like, I think he's better. Like, do you think he's better than Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
I think they're the same. Like,
did we really? How many people really thought the Vikings? I know what we picked, but was anybody shocked? Was anybody shocked that the Vikings lost this football?
No, God.
No, right. No. I thought the Giants. I thought the Giants were going to beat them.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they were going to beat them too. The fact that the Giants are here, though, like if you would have told me that the Giants would be in the playoffs at the beginning of the season, I would have said no.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they would be picking in the top 5.
Yeah. And they are here, and they played well all season.
They're better than the Browns.
Yeah.
Like, compare the rosters.
Yep.
The Browns roster is way more talented than the Giants roster.
They found ways to win.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, like, he just made himself a bunch of money.
You can make an argument they play in a tougher division than the Browns do.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
The East. Yeah.
Like, he just made himself a bunch of money, and I don't, like...
Well, if you look at it, like, did the Commanders finish last? And weren't they in it till like week?
Yeah, they were like 7-16
or something like that. Like
I think they were 8-9 or something like that.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, Daniel Jones made himself a lot of money, and he don't really have Darius Slayton. Saquon's a man.
No,
but
you can't name another one of his receivers though. Like they're nobodies.
Yeah.
They got the boy that used to be in Detroit. Always like the go-to guy.
Kenny Galladay.
Yeah. But he's caught like 6 passes all season.
Yeah, like they don't even play.
Yeah,
they're playing guys you don't even know. And on defense, they don't have that Thibodeau guy, the rookie. He can get after the quarterback.
Right.
But to me, in the Buffalo game, like they could not get pressure.
Yep.
They missed Von Miller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they missed Von Miller big time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Next up, we had Josh's poor Ravens getting beat by the Bengals. A lot closer game than I thought it would be. With
the Ravens, you can make an argument. The Ravens would have won.
That Ravens would have won that football game.
Yep.
Give the ball to JK all day.
Yeah. Well, and the quarterback's sneak.
Dallas Collins.
Like, why are you
outside of Seattle?
Why are you going up? Why?
You don't even run the quarterback sneak there.
You've got the fullback pushing you in the back. Why are you going up?
You got Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins.
Yep.
Hand the damn ball off.
Yeah.
Like you're not smarter than everybody else.
I know I'm a Lamar homer, so I want to answer this question.
Question for you.
Do they win with Lamar?
If they win this game, though, does Lamar come back this week?
No.
I don't think so.
I think Lamar is out of Baltimore.
I do too. I think he's done.
I think he's done.
I don't think Baltimore wants
They said
him.
it was almost a sprained 3. Well, I did see on ESPN that they are planning on offering him
If I were Lamar,
Just tag him then.
yep.
Yeah.
I'd just sit out.
Yeah, well then set out 2 years.
Yep.
Like, I'm tagging you next year too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or you can.
How did that work for Le'Veon Bell? Not very well.
Or you can trade me and get the picks out of it.
They ain't gonna trade him.
If he's not gonna play, they have to.
I don't think
They need a quarterback then.
Yeah.
So they'll trade him.
There's a lot of quarterbacks. They can go get Jimmy Garoppolo.
And lastly, we got the game of the weekend. The Cowboys put a stomping on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game was just disgusting to watch.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
Disgusting to watch.
Cost you some money?
Tom did.
Yeah. How much
Fourth
money?
quarter.
How much money did we lose out on this weekend, Chad?
Pretty close to $1,000.
Yeah.
Parlays.
Yeah.
All Tom needed to do was throw for under 279.5 yards. When I look in the fourth quarter, he's at $1.62. And I'm like, oh yeah, come to daddy. And then Tom just starts. The Cowboys just let. I'm like, oh, here we go. And he hit one to Cameron Brate.
Brady, how much could Chad lose?
Yeah,
Got it.
I felt like that's what he was doing. I felt like in the huddle he was just glancing at me and being like, oh yeah?
So now that Brady's season over, what uniform will we see him in next year?
If you're Tom Brady and you want to win,
He's not going to do it.
I guess in this way, of course you're going to win. Like, I would think Jets. If the Jets are interested, I would think the Jets.
Miami? He wants to be in Florida. He said it. Miami.
Right. I mean, okay. Do you want to win?
I mean, the Miami's a playoff team.
Yeah.
They have good weapons around.
The Jets have a great defense.
But Miami has great weapons.
I think he has to stay out of the AFC.
No.
He really wants to get back to the Super Bowl and win one. Like, you want to go through
Burrows and
Mahomes and Allen and Trevor Lawrence.
So
Do you want to go through those
where are you
guys?
going to the NFC?
I'll go to New Orleans.
They're bad though. They're not ready for him.
They are ready.
He's not plug and play off.
I think they would be.
Tom's not as good as he used to be.
Listen,
Well, no, he's bad.
the division's bad.
Did you see some of the...
That division could be wherever
That's
Tom
true.
goes.
I've seen Skip Bayless be like, oh, he hasn't lost... I've seen some of those things.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he did.
Like, that interception... in the
I
end
don't think
zone
it's
where-
just physical. I think it's mentally he doesn't have it anymore
No,
either.
he doesn't.
Reading defenses, he's not.
His honest best option. Like, what more do you have? Come on, Tom. What more do you got to prove? Go to the booth, announce some games, go join the Mannings on Monday night. Go do that.
Dude, I love that. I love that.
I watched that.
Brady
Yeah.
and Manning.
When Dak took that bootleg and they showed Peyton's when he was in Denver, I was laughing. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, Peyton, you did it in 12. Dak did it in 4.
They're great to watch.
Oh, yeah.
ESPN found gold in that.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So we'll take another quick break, then we'll come back and we'll have our picks. Undefeated this weekend.
How many games did I lose? 1?
2.
Oh,
Josh
no.
lost 1.
What? I mean,
The Chargers.
I didn't pick the Chargers.
No.
I did. I picked the
That's
Chargers.
the only one he lost.
Who did I lose? Did I pick the Vikings?
I think you picked the Vikings.
I was really pissed off, so.
All right, we'll be right back. We're back. It's time for some divisional round picks. First up on Saturday at 4:30, we got the Chiefs playing the Jags.
What are the Chiefs favored by?
Chiefs
6.5?
are favored by 8.5 now.
That's a big
That's
line.
a big line.
Big line.
I mean, I do think the Chiefs cover this. I'm going to take the Chiefs all day, every day.
I thought Buffalo would cover. They should have hoped.
They did not. Who you got?
I have Kansas City.
Yeah.
We're not going spread, right?
No.
Yeah, no.
I just said I would, though. I would probably take the spread still. I think the Jags magic run out and we see the Chiefs.
8.5 is just like a lot.
That's only a discussion on a field goal.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
It's midnight, Cinderella.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I think that runs over. Any prop bets you'd be looking at in that game?
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
they missed 4 field goals.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
but did he get cut?
How did you get on the bus? He's probably still there. Like,
Yeah, he's probably still trying to make 100 extra points in there.
Yeah.
Like, prop bet I would like in that game. Like, Jacksonville's linebacking play isn't very good.
no.
I like Kelsey to score a touchdown anytime.
Yeah, I like that too. The one I thought about was 25 yards rushing Patrick Mahomes. I think he hits that rushing line on that. Those linebackers aren't very good. They fly out. He can take advantage of them.
They're not, but does Patrick Mahomes want to rush for 25 yards?
I mean, he does. He does it pretty consistently. He's around the 25-yard mark.
Yeah, maybe.
He runs once or twice, 3 times for first downs usually. So I think that's a pretty good bet. I did see the big bet on the last one. Tom Brady rushed for 25 in the first half, 25 in the second half, plus 12,000 odds.
Listen, I'd like to throw 5 on that.
Yeah, I threw $1.
Yeah, but you might as well. You might as well.
Like, what if Tom just feels like he's 22 again? It's still slow.
Man, he can't even move laterally to get.
I think this next game might be the best game of the weekend.
Okay.
Giants Eagles. Giants are playing better football.
They are. What's the Eagles favored by?
Eagles are favored by 7.5.
That's too big.
I'm taking my Eagles. I've stuck with them all season, so.
I'm gonna go and say Brian Daboll will take the New York Football Giants to Philadelphia, and they will come back with a win. G-Men.
You didn't take the G-Men last week.
What?
You didn't take them last week.
Yeah, you did bet on them to win.
But you didn't take them in our picks.
Oh, well, I told you I was angry, so I was probably...
Who you got, Jeff?
I'm going to stay in the New York state of mind. I'm going to call an upset. I never really believed in the Phillies, so...
I didn't either. I don't believe... I think Jalen Hurts is 100.
Well, they said he was. They said he was. He got the week off, though. I think that'll help him.
I think the Giants stay alive one more week with G-Men.
All right. Any thoughts on that one? Saquon for 125?
No, I don't think Saquon will do that much, but I like Daniel Jones plus 75.
Rushing?
Yeah,
rushing. Good pick. Next up, the game we already kind of talked about a bit. We got the Bengals playing the Bills. I know Josh has this love and desire.
He thinks nobody circles those wagons.
Like, they're his version of the boy from the Indianapolis Colts. Like, that's his team. Like, he just
Chris Berman loves the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Who you got, Josh?
Listen, I picked the Bills to win. Go to
you can change your mind.
I can't. You write it out.
No, you don't.
I don't change like
Listen, if San Francisco would have played like crap last week, I'd be on the Giants track.
You can't change it willy-nilly. You make the pick, you write it out.
No, I'm willy-nilly.
Buffalo Bills with an upset over...
It's not an upset.
They're favored.
Oh, they don't have the Bengals pick to win?
No, Buffalo's at home.
I know, but I thought maybe it'd be close.
Favored by 5.5.
All right, well, then not an upset. I'm going to go Buffalo. I don't like Cincinnati anyways.
I got the Bengals with an upset. I think I think the Bills are hurting. There's something about this team that doesn't make me believe in them. There really is. There's just something about it that doesn't make me believe in them.
Well,
they had it at the beginning of the year.
Listen,
without Vernon, I think
if Allen turns the ball over against Cincinnati, I think they're in big trouble.
I think with Vernon at the beginning of the year, like they had that it factor, and now that the X factor is just gone. I don't believe in them. I'm taking the Bengals, and I'm taking anytime touchdown scorer Joe Mixon.
I like that bet. Von Bell went to Ohio State. He did. He went to Ohio State.
These are the rants that get him in trouble. I think now I'm very confident.
Joe Burrow, he went to Ohio State.
And left.
Well, that's his fault. But
won a national title.
Bengals.
I agree.
I don't think they can get pressure on Burrow. If you can't get pressure on Burrow, Jamar Chase is really good.
Oh, absolutely.
And so is Joe Mixon.
Listen,
I would say for my bet, take the Bengals on the money line.
Josh did tell me before we came here today that he had a special pick for this last one. He was feeling something.
Oh boy. You know, he's going to be feeling wrong if he
No
picks
idea what
the
he's talking about.
He's going to be feeling wrong if he picks the game.
The last game, I don't know how we get back-to-back Cowboys Monday Night Football games or Sunday Night Football games. We went from Monday night to Sunday night.
Well, they're America's team.
No, they're not.
Oh, Lord. Cowboys play the Niners.
I'm sure the ratings are high. For Cowboys.
Everybody wants to watch them lose.
Right. I mean, you either hate them or you like them. I'm sure their ratings. I bet their ratings are probably.
I mean, I don't hate them.
I don't care for the. There's a lot of people who don't like the Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys.
Well, I mean, I don't hate them. I mean, they have Zeke. I like him.
He screwed me this weekend.
Yeah,
Anytime
good.
touchdown scored, Zeke didn't hit.
Well, listen.
He got stopped at the 1. Did you see that play? He had it there.
Well, listen.
He got
This
stuck.
ain't the Ohio State Zeke. This is the Dallas prima donna Zeke.
He's not good anymore.
Well, he's just not.
He's not even the best running back on his team.
He's well, and if you look at goal line touches, Pollard actually has like almost twice as many goal line touches as Zeke gets. So Zeke doesn't get a ton.
All right, so yeah, we got the
That was your
Cowboys
fault.
at the 49ers. Well, it was part of the parlay.
Well,
We had a choice now.
You could hit X.
I could've.
You could have.
Who you got, Josh?
Oh, Niners. Go to the Niners. I don't normally pick the Cowboys. I went against my own, what I wanted to do because they've always burnt me every time I've tried to pick them, even though they're season. But I picked them last week because I agree. I think Tom's best years are done.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are just a better roster.
Yeah.
But they lose to the Niners.
Yeah.
What we got over here?
Well, you obviously know. I mean,
Purdy chain.
the 49ers are pretty good. 49ers.
So, about halfway through the year, I changed my Super Bowl pick, didn't
To the
I?
Cowboys?
I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah.
This team got the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah, Tampa Bay had no answer for Michael Parsons.
Yeah, he's just the best defensive player in the league.
Like, Tom Brady looks scared.
I don't think there's a team that can block him. I think there's a team that can beat him. I don't think there's a team that can block him. You know what I mean? They can find a way to beat him without winning. Dak came out and played good football.
Did. He looked good.
Receivers look good. I think
Tampa Bay looks a little slow.
Slow. I think 49ers been riding high all season. Big dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe they could come out and just lay an egg. But it won't be against the Dallas Cowboys. I got the Niners by a zillion. I
I don't think by a zillion.
think they win by 10 points.
But I think the 49er pass rush is better than the Cowboys pass rush.
I would take Dak to get sacked 5 times.
Yeah, Joey Bosa.
That's my bet right there. Dak sacked 5 times.
Joey Bosa is almost as unblockable.
He's the best second best defensive player in the league right now.
Yeah, and I think Kyle Shanahan maybe lets Micah Parsons come up.
Yeah, I think they just
And they throw screens behind him.
Yeah, they just find a way to beat it.
Find Christian McCaffrey, motion him out, let Micah come, no edge, dump the ball off. Micah Parsons was on Tom Brady before he could even throw a screen. Like, I bet you he knocked down 4 screens. I'm like, he's Micah Parsons. Like, I have to go take a bet. Like, Micah Parsons take one to the house.
Real question though is, wow, what game's Tom calling this weekend? Because he gets paid a bunch of money to do it.
Is he hired right away?
But they had offered, but they didn't make the playoffs. They were giving him a big paycheck to come call games and do shows.
Yeah, I think Tom's not calling any games.
He's doing shows for sure. I can promise you he's doing that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Well, just retire. Like, nobody even likes him anymore.
All right, I think that's gonna be it. Thanks everybody for watching. As always.
So is that your prop bet though?
My prop bet 5 sacks.
In the 49ers Cowboys game?
Yeah, 5 sacks on Dak. What you got?
Christian McCaffrey over 150 total yards.
All purpose, yeah.
Yep.
He would have missed it last week.
He wouldn't.
Yep.
He won't miss it this week.
142 last week.
He won't miss it this week.
All right, thanks everybody. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We do a lot of things here now. We really branching out as a business. Like we got coffee with coaches and milk with cookie and
It was intense today.
It was.
It was intense.
If you want to watch something,
I ain't in a relationship. I ain't in a relationship.
you want to watch something, you want to watch Cook, go off on Facebook. And obviously we do this two podcasts a week. First one, general sports, and then baseball, which will come to an end once we get into the end of football. We'll probably just go to one baseball, softball, general talk podcast. But yeah, thanks. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. As always, we thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.